if I traded it.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I am so excited about bringing my guest on today with everyone and networking with you all out there. We're live on Facebook, so I want to say hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us, and we're going to be sharing the show right afterwards. My first guest has been on with me now several times. Listen up, everyone. I have with me Michael Weinberg, and he's the owner of Exceptional Engineering Home Inspections. Welcome to back to the show.
Good to be back.
Absolutely. You got to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what makes you so different.
Oh, my goodness. They've heard this so many times. So what makes me different? I'm an engineer and a home inspector. That's the biggest difference that they'll notice when they're having me do their home inspections.
And why is that so important?
That's important because it gives you a more in-depth look at the home you're considering to purchase. The single biggest investment of someone's life. Why wouldn't you trust it to an engineer?
And before we came on, I said what you've said before, which is that you can say things that other people can't.
This is true. That license, that engineering license, gives me that license, if you will, to talk a little bit more in-depth about what's going on with the home and then give you kind of a blueprint for what you'll do in the coming months, years after purchasing the home.
And just before you came on, I was talking to somebody who's also on today, and I was telling him about you, and he said it without me even say that. Oh, so he can say things that other people can't, because you're going to see things and you can tell them what they can do. They can help your sale of the house go through faster, right?
That's right. For the realtors out there, that's the biggest key. Instead of the home inspector listing something that'll need to be looked at by an expert like myself, you're right there, I'm right there on the spot, and we talk about it right then and there, and we look at that, and it helps close the transaction, compress that 10-day window that you have for it.
Now, today you said you wanted to talk about something important that's coming up.
Oh, it's hot. Everyone's hot.
What's hot about it? Yeah, it's hot.
HVAC and the conversion from R22 to R410A. So Freon versus name brand kind of talk of Puron. And so that switch is coming up at the beginning of the year, January. And many people are asking about that when they're going into the homes. HVAC is a common key point that people will ask about along with roofs and foundations. But the HVAC aspect of it, people have heard it. They don't know much about it.
What is it?
It's a conversion. The government has talked about phasing out this Freon, which is damaging to the environment. EPA did this. And so now the 410A and some of the other ones, the derivatives of it, will help the environment and still keep you cool.
Okay, but you had said beforehand when you were talking to somebody here about a little bit that a lot of people were worried that it was going to make things go up in price.
Yes, people were going to hoard it. I'm going to save it. It's going to be good as gold. And
hoard
so people hoard your Freon. So not yet, as the prices will reflect the supply. And so as the supply diminishes and dwindles, that price will go up. But not to worry, they can recycle the Freon that's in your existing unit, purify it, recycle it, and then put it back as long as there's no leaks. So there's nothing to worry about really in the initial years after this switch takes place. In 2010, they phased out the units, the new units that were being produced with Freon, and now at the 2020 mark, they won't be able to put any more in. They can only recycle it and put it back.
And who recycles it?
The technician, the HVAC company.
So that person that comes in and takes care of that.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's not to worry.
Not to worry, anybody. Now, you're valley-wide.
Yes.
And your website is engineeringhomeinspections.com.
Correct.
You're rated with the Better Business Bureau, and you specialize in certain areas, but you can help anyone.
I can help anyone, but I think the best value going to be at the luxury home market where you're getting into custom homes. Those are the homes that I design myself. So in those larger square footages, that's going to be where I'm going to have the ability to look at some of the special things that are going on, different than, say, a tract home or a traditional mass-built home.
Right, but a luxury home still has some of the same problems.
Absolutely.
You know,
they have the same features. Yes, all the same 10 or 12 areas that you look at, all home inspectors are looking at, all homes have those.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about what some of the things that you said you wanted to lead into today.
Yes, HVAC is a common one. The roofing is a common one. All of those lead to what to expect from the home inspection. I think both the sellers as well as the buyers are, how do I survive this home inspection process? Oh my goodness, home inspection, what's going on? And so in talking about that, I wanted to reassure people that when we're going to the home inspection, it's a snapshot and it gives you a blueprint and a plan, an agenda of what to do, tackle before I close, right after close, and the years after that. And that's kind of the key separation for the people that are buying as well as the realtors that are considering adding me to their inspection team. Why would they do that? Because I give that delivery a message in a way that doesn't alarm people, it just informs them.
Right. But it's also not just a little list.
No, not
We
just
have
a
to.
list.
I want them to understand you and what you do that's so different.
Well, when you take what the home inspector has to look for, I approach the home in three ways. First off, what would I want to know, of course, as the home buyer? If I was buying the home, what would I want to know?
I want to know if it's in good shape.
In good shape. It may or may not be something that I'd list in the inspection, but it's something that I might want to know as a homeowner. So I talk about those things. Then what do I have to write down as the home inspector? What does the state say? Michael, you're a home inspector, you have to write this down. And then what does any of that, whether it's the home buyer or the home inspector, what does any of that mean engineering-wise? That's that added key element. Because you may have something, a foundation crack or a beam or a roof or something. Does it mean I can't buy the home? No, not at all. That's how I reassure people, talk them through that process of what's going to happen, how it'll be repaired, who usually takes care of it, and it reassures people that that is their castle, that is their canvas that they're going to paint their future on. These little things that we're finding, they're just that, little things, and they can be addressed.
That's what's wonderful about you. Now, again, you could check him out on his website. It's engineeringhomeinspections.com. His phone number direct, it's 480-341-2664. He's valley-wide. He's rated with the Better Business Bureau. You know, with the value, the best bang for your buck is the way you said that, is, you know, obviously if you have a big home, right?
Yes.
But you can help anyone, and but there's homes all over. Do you work in you're valley-wide, so you work anywhere?
All over. It's really the realtors that'll kind of take me there.
Now, are you insured and all of that?
Absolutely. Okay, even above the state
especially
standard.
when you're exceptional.
Yeah. yes, key. That's a good one. We always come up with one good zinger the whole time. Yeah.
Exactly. So, okay, what else should we talk about?
We should talk about, again, what to expect from the home inspection, what the realtors can expect from the home inspection. Now, once I've gone over with the buyer in the wrap-up, all the realtors out there know what that means. The wrap-up, I'm going to be telling them and delivering that message. Then afterwards, I'm going to be getting them the report. That report is going to come in two ways. One, everything that the home buyer is going to want to know. They're going to put it in a file. They'll get to it 6 months from now, whatever. Everything I looked at, good, bad, and indifferent. Then the pertinent issues or the summary report will deal with those items that I think need to be addressed. And then the beautiful part about this is I'm breaking them down. Red items, yellow items, and then kind of just highlighted items for agenda items. And I talk with the people about that so that people aren't going into this thinking that, oh, here's this list of half a dozen, 100 items. I have to have them all fixed, otherwise I won't buy the home. I reassure people and explain to them that process of what's going to happen through the closing. And the realtors enjoy that part of my presentation because it helps set the expectation for the closing. Right.
So with realtors, you are like a power partner in a sense to help them with getting that sale to go even faster. Is that correct?
That's correct. I'm there to make them look even better than they already have. Why wouldn't you want an expert, an engineer on your team?
Absolutely. So give them a call. The phone number is 480-341-2664. He's valley-wide. He's rated with the Better Business Bureau. His website is engineeringhomeinspections.com. What do you want to leave them before we go to a break?
I want to leave with the realtors to say, hey, you may have an inspector. That's great. Add me to your team because they're going to find engineering things on there that you're going to need to call someone. Why not have me right in your pocket, right in your phone?
He's going to make it go faster and make it go better for everyone.
Everyone.
Again, that phone number to call him direct, it's 480-341-2664. He's valley-wide. He's rated with the Better Business Bureau. His website, again, it's engineeringhomeinspections.com. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk further.
We're going to talk about a spare room that nobody knew about on inspection.
I love that. A spare room that no one even knew they had. So welcome back, everyone. We are talking with Michael Weinberg, the owner of Exceptional Engineering Home Inspections. We just heard your ad. I love it.
Yes.
And when we were talking at the break, there are people that actually might have a house in it, that might have a room that they never knew they had.
Yes.
That's cool.
We just had one recently that I did, and we were happy to discover it. Sometimes people are a little apprehensive about discovering that fact. They were very excited. So we're going around the exterior of the home, the wall, and some of the other additional elements that were there indicated that something was different.
Fishy.
Different, not fishy, but just different. And so I wanted to make sure the connections, everything was looking good so we could assure them that the home was right for them. And then in looking at it, we found a place that had a large enough gap that I could shine a light back there. And sure enough, there was a door. And I thought, well, I was already on the inside. Where could that be? So back we went into the inside, and we found that it was behind a closet area in addition to the master bedroom. And so the door led nowhere, and so it was a little bit ajar. And so we wanted to make sure that that was taken care of from a maintenance aspect. Nothing to be alarmed about. It's just we want to button it up so nothing can live back there, which would cause problems later.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So speaking of those, nothing will cause problems later. That leads to another story, which is that another home, totally separate story. We were buyers purchasing the home, and we found that the square footage wasn't matching up. And I'm thinking, well, I've been pacing things off for, oh my goodness, 25 years of doing this here in Arizona. I thought, is my pace off? And so no, it wasn't. So the square footage was off. And I looked, and so we got back to it, and there was an extra room that was not accounted for in there. And so this room, this extra rental room, this mother-in-law room, if you will, something of that nature, was impacting the foundation. So what they had tried to do was have that feature become a benefit. And so we had to find a way to do that, satisfy both the lister to make sure the sale goes through and the buyer. And so by having me, the engineer, there at that time, I was able to talk about the foundation issues, all of the things that were related to this new room, which it wasn't permitted, so there was no plans. So having me there, I was able to walk them through the process of how these things are good, don't worry about them. Yes, it wasn't permitted, but this is fine. And then down into the foundation area and the areas that needed some situations that needed to be addressed, they were minor. And so people were able to go through with the transaction, the listers who were panicking of when this happened, and the buyers who were also a little bit surprised but not panicking. And again, that delivery of message along with the useful information afterward is what separates the difference.
Well, here's the thing, too. You know, when everybody's going to either buy or sell a home, everybody's already on eggshells,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And so then, and something always comes up, but never would you think it's an extra room somewhere that they never knew that they had. Right? And so, but what's wonderful is when you work with people, 99% of the time, I'm going to say it sounds to me like you help it go through as opposed to the complete opposite where you say, no way.
Yes, and those are horror stories in realtors that I've picked up along the way when they hear that the inspector did something to blow up the deal or do something of that nature, cause it to not go through. And really, I'm there to facilitate that. I'm facilitating the listing people being able to move on, and the buyers, again, making that their canvas for the future. And so by doing that, it makes me feel good.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's good for everybody. And there's a lot of people out there that are real estate agents, and having him on your team is just an extra added bonus to make things go even better and smoother. And you can check him out on his website. It's engineeringhomeinspections.com. You can call him direct. That phone number, it's 480-341-2664. He's valley-wide. He's rated with the Better Business Bureau. He also likes to answer questions.
Yes.
And all sorts of them you get. When you talk about things like roofs, flat roofs, those are different.
Just got a call today from that conversion from a sloped roof with roof trusses to a flat roof, which also has support members. These were framed members, but still had a call about that and the conditions for connecting that back to the old or original home.
Okay.
So all the time we get those. Again, engineering questions. They happen all the time in unexpected times during the transaction process.
Now, not engineering question, but a pest question.
Pest question. Termites.
Termites.
Yes. Subterranean variety. We have them all the time. It's not if, but when you'll get them. And so I look for those as well. That's another bonus for the agents out there. One-stop shopping. I'm there as the engineer. I'm there as the home inspector. I'm also performing the termite inspection, and I team with an entomologist, a bug warrior, and so they are able then to do the pest control part of it.
So it's a one-stop shop.
Yes,
Now,
absolutely.
the phone number again to call, it's 480-341-2664. If you have any questions whatsoever regarding your roof, regarding termites, anything else, else? What else would there be something that they want to ask about? Those are typical.
Those are typical. Michael, we purchased a new HVAC unit. We're transitioning from R22 to R410, and the unit is bigger. We added an addition to the home, and it won't fit through the trusses. Uh-oh. What do we do? Well, you call me. We're able to cut, manipulate, recondition the trusses so that they can support that new opening, and we know which members we can cut and why and how to redesign that process. So that's another call I get.
That phone number is 480-341-2664. Again, he's valley-wide, rated with the Better Business Bureau. It's in Engineering Home Inspections with an S.com. And I always told you I think you should have your own show where people would call in and just ask questions, because a lot of people do. If you are listening to this right now and you do, there's a lot of people that are right now moving in, right?
That's right.
Anytime that you have a question about your home, he's happy to help you answer some of those things.
And your loyal listeners have really called in, and I give kudos to them because they have a lot of fabulous questions, and we've been able to help them out over the months that I've been doing this.
That's awesome. So, Glenn, we want people to be able to, that as the worst thing is when your house, you want to know about how is your house going, when you're going to be putting it on sale, you want to make sure that it's in good condition.
Pre-listing.
But people, I think, should be checking them out anyway, because no one ever does.
I'm finding that there are people who are better at maintenance than others. We'll say it that way.
Yeah, because they don't. I mean, I'm sure they don't.
Yes.
Well, they don't want to know. That's why.
So looking at things generally in a yearly or biannually, you're up there doing certain things anyway. Why not take a peek? These are the best things we talked about at the beginning of the show, how to prepare, what to expect from the home inspection. These are things that people can be doing. Changing their air filters regularly will help the system breathe better, the HVAC. Looking at their roofs, making sure there's not any leaves or trees or branches that are causing water to flow in a direction that it wasn't meant to, and then thereby causing a leak. So all sorts of general maintenance items.
So what else should we leave them with today?
Leave them with plumbing. Another one that comes up, people who have basements or people who may be subgrade or three-quarter, tri-level, split-level type of situation. We had one that came up just 2 weeks ago where they had the sump pump as well as the sewer pump, and it went out. And there is a valve, check valve, that goes between the two that you want to make sure is operational, and that's something that every home inspector, I'm sure, is, but they should be checking. And it's not just to look at. You need to be flushing the toilets, running the shower, so that the sewer pump has to activate so we can see what's going on. If you don't activate it, you're not going to know where or if it's leaking. So we have situations like that, as well as the sump pump. Now the sump pump drains any water that gets in and around the foundation, so there may not be any. So how do you test that? You can open the lid, or you can have access to it, pour water directly down into it, get it to activate. You also can pull the activator. It works much like a toilet system, a plunger or float valve, and then you can pull it up and get it to actuate that way.
That phone number to call him again, it's 480-341-2664. It's engineeringhomeInspections.com. He's rated with the Better Business Bureau. He can answer things and say things that other people can't.
Yes.
And also tell them again about, for anybody that missed it at the beginning of the, because we came in after the break, about the new laws.
Oh, that's right. The EPA, the phase out of R22. So that's coming up in January 1st. That transition will take place. It's not to panic. They're already selling units with the 410A in it. And so you don't have to do anything. You're likely, if you're purchasing a new one, you likely already have it. It's for the people, existing homeowners who are going to be maintaining their systems, or the people who are buying already existing homes which may have the R22 in it. And so these are the people that need to be aware of that. Not to panic. It can be recycled and everything can be taken care of.
Now again, tell them about yourself and what you want to leave them with about real estate agents, also homeowners. Homeowners,
you want to have me because it's your single largest investment. You want an expert when you're making that large of a purchase. And the real estate people on the transaction, I'm going to help your transaction close smoother, faster, and time is money.
And buyers and sellers.
Buyers and sellers.
Both sides. Both sides. So it's anybody, guys. And you know what? To me, I think also everybody should be checking out their roofs at least once a year, making sure that you do not have termites. And what would you like to leave with them today?
Call me. no better time than right now.
Especially with a lot of people that are moving in. School has just started already.
Yes,
It's already,
right.
Can you imagine that? And so a lot of people are here, and a lot of people are going to be moving in because of the snowbirds that are coming back, and they're going to want their family to be here because it's so beautiful here.
Yes.
There's lots of reasons to call. Give him a call. The phone number is 480-341-2664. He's rated with the Better Business Bureau. He's valley-wide. He can say things that other people can't, and he's one of the only ones that is an engineer and a home inspection.
That's correct.
You can check him out. It's engineeringhomeinspections.com or call him again, 480-341-2664.